All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. The first Super Bowl of a new decade. Super Bowl 54 is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll go with their leading. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Week 5 for Aaron Jones, by the way, was a game for the ages at Dallas. 19 carries, 107 yards, 4 touchdowns. First Packer to run for 4 scores since Dorsey Levens 20 years ago, and the first player ever to run for 4 touchdowns against the Dallas Cowboys. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now Wentz. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Wentz going to throw. And Jeffrey's got it. Oh, and now some space battling. And out across midfield down to the 45. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off and coaches go, 2 hands, 2 hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because these are sensational type plays.
Especially that one with a defender right there. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's caught by Aguilar. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia, with the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first. They go counter with Howard. Well, a touch unconventional. I don't know that you usually gain yards on first down by a fake field goal. But they did gain yards, I guess. I don't know what else to say.
And the beauty of it is, it just goes to second. Doesn't went for a fake field goal. Doesn't mean they turned the ball over because they didn't get a first down. It's now second down for them.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you got to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Flushed out right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. A reminder coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Rodgers in control as he hurries his guys to the line. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers on target to Valdez-Scantling. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. The connection made. It's Graham. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. To throw, it's Rodgers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
And Graham's got it, complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He holds it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. So a late touchdown here just before the half, and that obviously changes the dynamic of this game.
Yeah, in a couple of ways, partner, because they've been shut out up until this point. So now at least they go into the locker room, and Uncle Mo may be creeping over to their side to talk to him a little bit. And second, they're right back in the football game, an extra point away from tying things up.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field.
Personal foul.
I'm not sure what this is about.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So the halftime show in the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. The halftime show, quite a spectacle, but it's back to football for the second half of Super Bowl 53. He had a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half.
Defense.
What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Automatic first down.
And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. This to equal. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Za'Darius Smith. He brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. Throwing on second and long. Wentz.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, his second touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Eagles have taken the lead. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone, not much more impressive than that. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. A terrific return, 30 yards all in all. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wentz caught by the tight end Ertz. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Forced out to his left. Hard throw, incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
He can run for it, and he will. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Opted to run for it. The decision, a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Looking to throw on second down. Wentz. This one complete to Sproles. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Defense.
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused because they had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Well, that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Here's Williams. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. What a Super Bowl this has been, and the biggest play comes now. It's 4th down. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Now Williams. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. But things just got interesting. They tried for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it, and now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drop.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over. Well, the defense now has to make it stand up, but they didn't get the best field position because the ball comes back to the line of scrimmage.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw, and it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make the trust factor in effect.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he is going to be taken down inside the 5 at the 4-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Howard. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. The Eagles on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Overtime in a playoff game. Awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick 6 or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only 1 period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
In his own end zone, it's Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that time almost intercepted. That would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll throw again from their own end zone. It got his man complete. A huge play there in overtime. 42 yards. They took a real chance there, throwing deep from their own end zone.
That shot, which they just did. You're giving those pass rushers an extra chance to get you. Your escape hatch behind you.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A huge play there in overtime. 55 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Catch up to him and take him down. Jeez, where was he going? A huge loss there. Kenny Clark, a sensational effort by him, and that is one of the biggest losses you'll ever see on a sack. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wentz, and he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was Darnell Savage that time who was able to knock it away. Biggest play now in this opening drive of overtime. This is 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Wentz. He wants it all for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. They win the Super Bowl. And the Lombardi Trophy will rest in the city of brotherly love. The Philadelphia Eagles are the Super Bowl champs. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs, the Lombardi Trophy.